unshaken, unbowed. Through trials and verdicts, still standing proud. A titan in the tempest, against the raging crowd. He's got a vision for the future, gonna shout it aloud. Changing the wind, it's coming fast. A new foundation built to last. Cryptocurrency's the key, make the big switch. Power to the people, time to teach the rich. Legal battles can't hold him, he's moving on. With plans so bold, from dusk till dawn. He's rewriting the rules, a new dawn's day. From the hands of the few to the people's way. Say goodbye to all chains, embrace the new. A financial revolution, fair and true. For the workers, the dreamers, side by side. In Trump's new era, let freedom rise. Changing the wind, it's coming fast. A new foundation built to last. Cryptocurrency's the key, make the big switch. Power to the people, time to ditch the rich.
Welcome, everybody. My apologies for all the issues going live today. And so welcome to the Crazy Kryptonaut channel. I am Zester, and thank you guys so much for joining on our delayed stream this evening. I am still not certain what is going on. I have to go through and re-verify my accounts every time I try to do anything right now. I had to re-verify my YouTube. I had to go find the phone that had the two-factor authentication for the YouTube account. I am not certain why it keeps happening, but I am very, very, very sorry for the fact that it does. And Savvy right there, Zester started Whiskey and Wisdom already. I wish. It sounds like the right time to do it. I know I felt like it immediately. I was like, maybe with a beer, this wouldn't be quite as stressful. And so, what is up, everybody? Thank you guys so much for joining. Gary, thank you so much. And happy belated birthday, I believe. Well, wasn't it yesterday, or am I getting my dates mixed up, Gary? But regardless, happy birthday. What's up, Kukla? How are you doing this evening? And I'm super happy to hear about that, Gary. Gary7 says, I'm okay. Writing another story. Got my first crypto today. Zester was a big inspiration. Other than that, not much. I'm glad that everything is going well. And I'm very happy to hear that you have your first crypto. And actually, what I'm going to be talking about today, and we're not going to have a long stream, just so everybody knows, guys, I've been facing so many tech issues. I'm not going to test it, and I had to reset my entire system in order to go live right now. So I lost a lot of the articles that I had brought up in terms of news. So normally I like to have all the proof sitting in front of me before I go making bold proclamations and telling people about events or news that's going to occur. Tonight, you're just going to have to kind of trust me, essentially, because when we look at what I have available in terms of my articles, it's a whole bunch of one page. I had everything together. Unfortunately, everything required to get the system back up and running resulted in it being lost. And so we're just going to be hitting the main topic today. Just so everyone knows, I'm going to go through all the hellos first, and then we're going to get into the main topic, the main thing that I'm focused on, and pretty much everybody in the entire crypto industry is focused on one thing right now. There is nothing more important than what is going to occur in the next 3 days. In the next 3 days, crypto fortunes are going to be made or lost. Which direction it goes? Well, I suppose only time will tell. I suppose that really is. But we're going to jump into that one right after I get done with the hellos. I'm all off today, having things mixed up. What's up, Jeremy? Welcome to the stream. Oh, and welcome, Linda and David. Thank you so much for my apple today. I greatly appreciate it. And Gary, I would say Exodus wallet is not bad. It is not a bad wallet at all. Personally, I'm a MetaMask fan. When it comes to an online or a desktop wallet, I go with MetaMask. The reason being is that they're the oldest company in the industry. I tend to favor that because MetaMask has never had a major breach, never had a security failure, and they've been around since the get-go. MetaMask was actually created by a group of MIT students while they were still studying at MIT. They decided to create MetaMask as essentially their senior project, I suppose you could call it. And so this group of extremely brilliant coders got together while they were in college and decided to create MetaMask. MetaMask is free. Absolutely free. It was created by said group of students. And so when it comes to a desktop wallet, I trust them. They didn't have a profit motive when they were actually making MetaMask. They weren't even considering making money. It was a school project. And so they tried to do their best job in order to make it a successful application. And they beyond succeeded. So for me, Gary, Exodus is great. There's tons of other great wallets, but I'm always going to utilize MetaMask if I'm on a desktop. I'm always going to use it until they prove me wrong. But I've trusted so much of my money with them for so long that at this point, I just believe them. Maybe that is a foolhardy thought process. Maybe the fact that they've been good with my money for so long doesn't mean I should continue to trust them. But ultimately, that's my perspective. They've never done me wrong. They've kept my money safe for many years, and they've never had an issue. So Exodus is a good option, but I would consider MetaMask if you're looking towards a desktop wallet. I would. Oh, Flying Squirrel 89. Sorry I jinxed you, sister. No, you were just fine, Flying Squirrel. I think I jinxed myself with something I said in the past few streams. I'm pretty certain that this is not anybody's fault but my own. Probably a wrong word choice, a wrong statement, information released too early, something of that nature. And so no worries at all, Flying Squirrel. Thank you so much for joining, and welcome, Grandma Sally, an excellent gal. I'm going to kind of run through real quick because I do want to jump into what we're going to talk about today. I think it's going to be very, very important for everyone to hear what is on the agenda for the next 3 days, because by the 28th, by the 28th of July, either the crypto market is about to absolutely explode, or it's about to have what us in the industry like to call a mild correction. AKA, it's not going to look very pretty. And so we need to jump into that one. So I want to get through all the hellos. What's up, excellent gal and Crazy Chester? Thank you so much. And I'm glad that you're allowed to chat every year. As a matter of fact, I actually talked about your specific situation, Crazy Chester, with the original Mark Z just on Monday evening, actually. And we're pretty certain we figured out what's happening, but we're going to have to go through and fix what the algorithm has been doing. We think we figured it out, though, Crazy. I think you're going to be able to talk on the original Mark Z very, very soon. But don't hold me don't hold me down on that one. I think I figured it out. We'll see in the next few days. What's up, Hot Rod Tilly? Oh, and what's up, Bear? Oh, thank you guys. And howdy, Neil. I hope you're having a wonderful one. And yeah, Neil, looks like Zester made the powers that be mad. I did something. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I said, but apparently it wasn't the right thing in regards to the censors, because it was something was off from their perspective. And thank you, Kukla, so much as always for everything you do, and also for making certain that I include this message in every stream. Please keep in mind that everything I say, and this is very important today, everything I say is for education and entertainment purposes alone. There is nothing that I say that should be viewed as investment advice or legal advice. Please consult with a financial or legal professional before making any major decisions. And Kukla, tonight, that is even more important. And so, guys, I'm going to go ahead and kind of skip through a lot of the hellos. I'm sorry. I want to go through everybody, but I want to jump in to what we need to talk about today. Because ultimately, I only have, unfortunately, one of my links pulled up. But what is going around and what we talked about actually on the Monday streams, and what continues to be a major, major part of all the rumors going around, is the fact that the Bitcoin conference starts tomorrow. So the Bitcoin conference is going to run from the 25th to the 27th. Donald Trump is slated to speak during the Bitcoin conference, and we can see this even from mainstream media. He has gone ahead and stated that he is going to be making a major announcement in regards to cryptocurrency. This has resulted in an extreme degree of speculation and a lot of question marks. Essentially, we're receiving, and this is something that I had articles for it on Monday. I had articles for it this evening. Unfortunately, I don't have them anymore. But from major mainstream, whether it's Forbes, CNBC, Cointelegraph, more on the crypto side, from all of these different news outlets, we're receiving information that Donald J. Trump is planning on announcing a strategic reserve of cryptocurrencies during the Bitcoin conference. Now, while this is absolutely not set in stone yet, it is influencing the market. Right now, we are hearing, and this is coming not from me, not from Pops, not from anybody, but everyone in the public, from public sources, we are hearing that Donald Trump is going to announce a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And that is going to occur, and we're not certain yet on his time that he's going to be speaking during this conference, but it will be from tomorrow to the 27th. Expectations, to my knowledge, from what I've been informed, is that Donald Trump will not be speaking on the first day. Of course, he's kind of a headliner. Yeah, you don't throw out your headliner on the first day when you're running a festival like that. He's a big deal. But that during this conference, and this is something that as soon as I find out when Donald Trump is going to be speaking, I'm going to start live streaming it. It's not just going to be big, it's going to be huge. If Donald Trump comes out during this conference and he endorses Bitcoin or announces the strategic reserve, which we've now had over 20 different mainstream outlets say that they have received a leak that Donald Trump is going to announce a strategic reserve for Bitcoin. That is not just going to be huge. It's going to be absolutely nuts. the value of our cryptocurrencies are going to skyrocket. Now, that's why I said it was so important to keep in mind Kukla's message that she makes certain I say each day, because it is extremely important with this stream. Please, guys, do not go making bold gambles that are silly based off of this. Do not do that. Don't, please. Make logical, make fundamental decisions. That's the reason that comment or that statement from Kukla, that sentence, paragraph was so important today. Is because what I'm telling you is that essentially we are receiving from every single outlet that some kind of gigantic announcement is going to occur. Maybe it's a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Maybe it's a strategic reserve of a variety of different cryptocurrencies. Maybe it's just a very, very, very happy announcement about how much Trump likes crypto. We don't know. We truly do not know. We have the leaks. We have the information that people are spreading. And it could include far more than just crypto. We do not know. All we know is that a huge announcement is going to occur during the conference. And so for me, I'm going to be spending the next couple of days absolutely focused on the Bitcoin conference. That's going to be my major focus over the coming days, because it's not only Donald Trump that's going to be there. We're looking at a cast that includes Michael Saylor of MicroStrategies, the largest Bitcoin holding company on the planet. It includes Kathy Woods with ARK Investments, the largest investment company in cryptocurrency on the planet. It includes, I think they even have Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, there. It's going to be a star-studded event this year. And from everything we've learned in regards to recent news, Donald Trump's going to have a major announcement. What that announcement is, I truly cannot tell you. I have guesses. My guess is leaning towards what seems to be the talking heads' favorite right now. The talking heads are leaning towards an announcement in regards to a strategic reserve of Bitcoin for the United States of America. How large he decides to go ahead and announce this, whether the United States is going to spend $1 trillion buying Bitcoin, or it's going to spend 100 million or 100 billion. We don't know. We don't know. But I am leaning towards the idea that Donald Trump is going to announce a form of a crypto strategic reserve, and that the United States is going to start purchasing and holding cryptocurrency, not as a matter of, well, we got it from some criminal and now we're going to liquidate it, because that's how it's always been in the past. The US government has gotten crypto from some criminal, and then they've gone, well, we'll sell it when the price is up. This would be the United States treating Bitcoin and crypto in the same way that it treats oil. The United States has strategic oil reserves. We have strategic gold reserves. We even have strategic reserves of coal and steel and iron, because it's a matter of national security. And so we maintain them. And this would be placing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency at the same level as all of those other commodities. That's what makes this such a huge rumor. And it is. It is something where we also have to keep in mind, if Donald Trump tomorrow or on Friday or on Saturday announces a strategic reserve of cryptocurrencies, keep in mind it's not going to actually happen until Trump is in office. It'll be years away. Years, effectively. When we consider the legislative process in the United States, we don't tend to do things quickly. And so if Donald Trump over these next couple of days goes ahead and announces a U.S. strategic reserve, that does not mean that the fundamentals have changed at that exact moment. Speculation is going to take over. People are going to buy. Everybody is going to be trying to click the button as fast as they can to click the buy. But ultimately, none of those dollars from the US government are going to occur until Donald Trump is back in full control. And so that is another thing that I think is very important. Keep in mind that we're working off of a lot of speculation. So Donald Trump may announce a strategic reserve. We know he's going to announce something huge. It may be a strategic reserve. If it is, then keep in mind that the prices of everybody's crypto, XRP, XLM, Ethereum, Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. You could just throw a dart at the wall of cryptos. They're all going to go up if he makes that announcement. But they're probably going to immediately plummet back down. The reason being is that people are buying the rumor. They're buying the rumor. And I say rumor because if Donald Trump comes out and makes that announcement while he is still president-elect, then it's a rumor. It's not fact until he's in office. It's not fact until he does it. So if over these next couple of days, we do see that announcement come out of the Bitcoin conference, Donald Trump himself goes ahead and says he is going to endorse and fully back cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, which he's already essentially said he's going to. But we have to keep in mind that it is not permanent. Buy the rumor, sell the news. That's a very common phrase in cryptocurrency. And a very common phrase in traditional finance and traditional markets as well. So I suppose I should not bogart it and keep it for just crypto, because that's very normal for people to say, and regardless whether it's commodities, assets, or anything of the like. But that's where everything is going to come down to in the coming days. We're going to either get some announcement. If it is the announcement that the United States is maintaining a strategic reserve, the big thing there is going to be how much money is Trump planning on sinking into crypto. And even if it's a small number, it's still going to be considered huge. The markets are going to react in an insane way. Guys, if Donald Trump announces the strategic reserve, Bitcoin's going to hit 100,000. It's going to. It'll hit 100,000 if he announces that the United States is going to maintain even a few $billion strategic reserve. If he said we're going to go as the United States and buy $5 billion of Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin will hit 100,000. And as everything we've learned, everything that we've talked about, we know that if the price of Bitcoin is going in a certain direction, the rest of the cryptocurrencies are going to go in the same one. Pretty much. Our only outlier is our favorite putty, Mr. XRP here, which coinkadinkly, you would notice over the past month that XRP is doing extremely well. I think that there's a lot to be said there in regards to why XRP is doing so well. But ultimately, we're kind of sitting in purgatory. We're kind of sitting in purgatory, in all honesty. And when I say that, I mean that we're sitting at a point in time where we really cannot lean in one or another direction. I can't even find any proof for anything that is going on right now. Essentially, we're in an entire silent zone in regards to news. In terms of what's currently occurring, all I can get are rumors. I can't get any degree of a confirmation. I was going through and looking at the different articles in regards to what Trump is planning on speaking about. There are articles and references from members of the Trump administration campaign apparently coming out and saying that Trump will be announcing a strategic reserve. There are countless members of the Bitcoin conference. So these are the people that are running the conference that claim they've received information from the Trump campaign saying what his announcement will be. They have apparently leaked it. And we're also just getting general normal nowadays internet chatter from everybody who claims to have some degree of connection or some degree of a tip ahead of time. So I'm very much sitting back and waiting. Very, very much sitting back and waiting. It seems as if we've received a lot of information that something crazy is about to occur. I do believe, and I mean, look at our past 2 weeks. We live in a crazy world right now. And so I would not be surprised for the information to be insanity and to cause extreme waves in the market. But at the same time, we have to remain cautious, ultimately. I know I am remaining cautious. I am not going out and trying to buy anything and everything in the crypto space just because of this news. I am optimistic about my holdings, but I don't think we can. I don't think you can. You can't put the cart before the horse. Ultimately, until we get the announcement, we're not going to know. All I think we need to all be aware of is that there is another facet to this that will occur. If Donald Trump comes out and makes, and essentially, even if Donald Trump just walks onto the stage at the Bitcoin conference, the price of all of the Donald Trump meme coins that are out there, MAGA token, MAGA coin, MAGA yada, 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 Trump token, there's a million of them. All of them are going to skyrocket. The reason being just because everybody in the world's going to be looking up Donald Trump. And especially everybody in the crypto world. And so I wanted to make these announcements. I wanted to present this information. But I also want to make certain that people are not making any over-the-top decisions on account of it. I just want you to be aware and knowledgeable of what's occurring. And the fact that the markets in the coming days are about to go even more crazy than they normally are, which is saying a lot for cryptocurrency. They're already volatile markets, but nowadays they are even more extreme. A yo-yo, I don't even think is close to accurate in terms of what the market could do in the next coming days. And so this comes on both sides. If Donald Trump comes out and he does not make any announcements at all, he says absolutely nothing, or even worse, he says something negative about crypto or any specific crypto, it's going to plummet. It's going to plummet. And that's the reason that everyone has to be aware, because it's not just that you may suddenly have a major appreciation in your crypto. It may be that you have a sudden and immediate depreciation in your crypto. We are absolutely sitting in no man's land. This would be the biggest announcement in crypto history. If Donald Trump comes out and makes that statement, it will be considered another date that will go down in history on account of it. It will become something that people will point to for generations as being the day that millionaires were made. Countless millionaires were made. And it could also be pointed to as the day where countless billionaires were lost. It's entirely up in the air. And so at this point, I know I've gone through this one a few extra times. I'm going to go back and look through some of the different questions that people have had, but I'd also ask for everybody here hearing this information. You can go out, you can research this news very, very easily. Nothing more than just typing in Trump Bitcoin conference or Trump strategic reserve crypto, any of those type of statements. You'll get all the articles I had, most likely, because there are tons of them. You're not going to have a hard time finding that information. And so for those that are listening along, though, I'm curious, what are you thinking? Is Trump going to make the announcement? Is Trump going to announce a Bitcoin reserve? Or is Trump going to announce a more general cryptocurrency reserve? Is he going to speak Ripple's name? Is he going to say XRP? If he does, I mean, holy crap, what's about to occur? But those are the big questions. That's where I'm currently sitting at, and I wish I could give you all of the information in regards to it, but ultimately, it is what it is. And so for those, and I saw that one, excellent gal. I don't even have a history on this browser at the moment. So I'm not certain whether that's my side and my computer has the issue, or whether that is just Brave browser itself. Yeah, Neil, thanks, Esther. I'm still all in on crypto. I may crash and burn or retire. Neil, I'm laughing, but I know that it's not a chuckle-worthy statement. But essentially, the next couple of days, it's about to kind of be that way. It's about to kind of be that way. If now, what we do have one way of essentially just getting out of this and it not resulting in any major price changes, and that would literally just be if Donald Trump goes up there and it is nothing more than a neutral statement. If Trump goes up and all he talks about is general politics, says he likes Bitcoin, the US is going to be Bitcoin friendly, that's just going to kind of result in a general normalcy occurring. If he comes out and he goes completely full tilt towards crypto, well, there's a whole other alternative. Donald Trump has so much power right now in terms of the world. Not only does he have power over the wars in Ukraine and Israel, he has power over the global financial system. He is that influential and that powerful. And so it really is. It really is something where I'd love to guess what he's thinking right now. But ultimately, I would not be doing you a service or myself a service by making any overly bold predictions in regards to what's going on in the coming days, because there are so many other influences. And Gary, that right there is what influences me as well. Gary 7 says, just curious, what is the cabal going to say at the conference, or can they say anything? Exactly. I don't know. Maybe they can. Maybe there are the other guests. Maybe there are the other people that are going to be speaking at the event. I really can't be certain. I really can't be certain. And so I would apologize to everyone for showing up to essentially give you a maybe we need a new word. It's not a nothing burger. It's a question burger. A possibly burger. It's not an impossible burger. It's a possible burger. And so don't worry, guys. It is all ground, all American raised ground beef, no hormones, no antibiotics. But unfortunately, it is only a possible burger at the moment. Uh, yeah, George Yugovich. Gary, the conference offered Kamala a chance to speak. Also, this would be the Bitcoin conference. Not sure if she say yes yet. There's no way she's going to walk into any room that Donald Trump's in. She is going to be absolutely destroyed in any conversation or debate with Trump. There's just no chance. I know she's not the brightest, but I have to imagine she's smart enough to know that she needs to stay the heck away from Donald J. Trump. She gets anywhere close to him, she'll get destroyed. She knows. I think she has to be that smart. At least smart enough to know that she cannot go up against Donald Trump and things go well. Maybe I'm giving her more benefit of the doubt than she deserves. Maybe I am, but ultimately I cannot think that she would be silly enough to show up. And Neil Brooks, I'm giving crypto for Christmas this year. I keep giving crypto every Christmas. That's what I give my family, and someday they're going to thank me. Someday they will. And in the present, well, they kind of think I should have just given them the $50 or the $100. They could have gone and bought something nice. I keep giving it to them because ultimately, in the long run, they're going to be extremely grateful. It makes Christmas a little awkward when they're giving gifts and I'm given a, hey, you just got this much of said crypto deposited into your wallet. It's not quite as satisfying as giving someone something, in a normal Christmas way. But in the long run, your family and everyone else is going to appreciate it. And they're going to wish they were the ones that were making the original purchases. They're going to wish they were. Yeah, NM Hiker, you'll be their favorite eventually. Exactly. Eventually. In the modern days, they're like, man, I really would have liked, a gift card to Starbucks, or maybe some new clothes or something of that nature. And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? I just deposited, $500 of some random crypto. And for most of them, they're not even aware of how to sell it, which I intentionally don't teach them. It's just, I don't know. I just don't teach them how to sell because I don't want them to sell. Ultimately, if they need the money, of course, I'll help them sell it. Of course. But I send people in my family crypto and I don't teach them how to even access it, because that's the best way to ensure that they can't lose it. That's the guarantee. That was always a joke that Jeremy and myself would have when we were starting the crypto company and we were going through and we were setting things up. We're like, well, our best option would just be to place all the keys in the hands of someone who didn't have any idea what crypto even was, and just tell them it's really important to keep up with it, because they'd never be able to steal it even if they wanted to. And that's kind of the way I've pursued giving that to my family. And Savvy, I hope that it isn't mean. It's not meant to be mean. I just mean it in a way where I don't want them to go taking that short term, that instant gratification, when something we've really lost as a society is the idea of delayed gratification. If we as an entire society understood the idea of delayed gratification, of passive income, of earning on the long term, of making investments and working hard in the present so that our future can be better, we would all be better off. Our nation would be better off. And maybe I do take a little bit too much glee out of forcing it, but at the same time, when you're right, you're right. And sometimes you just have to believe in yourself. And so, I know on those that in the long run they're going to be very happy. And exactly, Savvy forces them to learn about it first. And that was the joke I made the first time. I was like, "Hey, I just gave you $500." And then they're like, "Well, what do you mean? Where how do I get it?" I'm like, "Well, you're going to have to figure out how to get it. It's in your wallet. Here's your wallet. Here's your passphrase. You figure out how to sell it and you can have that $500 today." Ironically, none of them have ever figured out how to do that. And so they now have far more than $500. They have far more than $500. Compliments of the fact that they didn't. All right, though, guys, I am. And so for everyone that has joined today, thank you guys so much. I'm going to go through and answer a few questions, and then I'm going to jump off and start getting ready for Whiskey and Wisdom because everything was kind of thrown off today. And so for those that are looking towards links in the Discord, my apologies. I don't have them. I tried to get them back. It's like everything I did today disappeared. Luckily, I had sent off and saved some things earlier in the day, so my whole day wasn't just kind of thrown away. But unfortunately, all of my links and all of my research, they are a part of the things that I just they disappeared. Maybe with more time, I was rushed trying to get the stream back up and get that information. I may be able to find them. If I do, I will toss it into the Discord. Absolutely. If I manage to get my link page back. Otherwise, I am just going to be watching and expect in the next couple of days that I may be going live at random times. I'm certain that the original Mark Z Pops will help out in terms of getting that announcement out there. But when Donald Trump is going to speak during the Bitcoin conference, I'm going live. I'm going live because I want people to watch. I want there to be a recording and documentation of what is going to occur. And so I'm going to have it all going live the second I find out what time he is going to be speaking. And so please do look forward to that one. When it does occur, we'll see. We'll see. And so I hope that the information today has been helpful, folks. I know that it's a big it's just me throwing out a big ass question mark. But I really hope that everyone thinks about it. Think about that question mark. Think about what's going to occur. And also be ready to weather the storm in either direction when we go towards these next coming days, because it's going to be a storm. I see a very, very small chance of things just remaining the status quo. Things are either about to go way up or way down, is my guess. And of course, it's a guess. I'm not certain. So thank you guys all so much. I love you. Absolutely. Everyone in the community, you're amazing. You're amazing. The questions, the comments, everything that I receive every day, and that I know Pops does as well, it is so heartwarming, and it gives me faith and strength at all points in time. And now I not only have all the faith and strength that everyone is giving me from the community, I also have the faith and strength of my two kitty cats being back together. And so I'm certain we'll be talking about that on Whiskey and Wisdom. Thank you guys, and I'll see you soon.